Hi, I'm Michael Wargo, team pilot with Precision Aerobatics, and today we're going to do another little video on bringing the plane in close and hovering close and really kind of locking it in and dialing it in. This video is going to be a bit more about how to kind of steer the airplane once you get it so you can put it where you actually want it. And so I'm going to take it up, we're going to bring it down low, and I'm going to give you some ideas on what you need to do to actually steer it effectively and safely. You know, you guys have all seen me, catch the planes, big planes, small ones. I'm grab it by the wing or by the front. This is all a result of me being very confident as to where it is. Same thing with grabbing the tail and holding it and stuff like that. The AMA very much frowns on this stuff. I do it for effect for the videos and stuff, but as a matter of course, when I'm flying at the clubs, I don't grab the planes out of the air. But if you ever want to do that to a small foamy or something like that and you feel you're safe, I mean, it's one of those things where you can, just kind of gradually get more and more comfortable. Obviously, I'm very comfortable with it, so I'll grab it with a larger plane. Obviously, over the years, I've had a lot of fun with hovering accurately and being able to guide it where I wanted it. I think it's a really fun skill, even if you don't do crazy stuff with it. The tips I have for you about steering the aircraft once you get it up into a stable hover is basically, start it a little further away, a little safer, okay? My preference is always to go into the wind and then let the wind push me backwards a little bit. And that's mostly how I keep it steered. But do not be afraid to pull the plane towards you like that. If you want to come towards yourself, you can just back it up. I mean, literally, just pull back on the elevator. Got a little wind today. Pull back on the elevator. But we're just going to just tweak it a little bit. Right now, I am making micro reactions, so it's a little difficult to explain exactly what I'm doing. But the two best ways to steer it in one direction or another is list it to the left. You see I can bring it all the way to my left side. It's coming, it's coming, coming. Now once I pop it up into that hover and I get it locked in, all we need to do is just set it, let it lock in, and then pull it towards me a little bit, pull it a little more, not much, pull it a little more, little tip towards me, and then tip it back. Now you see how the plane is, I'm allowing it to naturally drift. It's not an easy process to put it on the spot that you want to put it on, but it can definitely be done. If I want to bring it back closer to me and do that nice shot where the plane is literally just hovering right in front of me, I'm just going to very slightly and very easily just guide it. You can see the wind every once in a while giving me a little bit of a turn, but eventually I can move it right in where I want it. Now that it's in front of me, this is where I can grab it, move it a little closer, walk towards it, and do that final adjustment to be able to pick it out of the air. I think the big thing is, as soon as the plane starts to move, the biggest thing is to just not overreact. All right. So now I'm going to try to make it dead into the wind. So I know that the only adjustments I'm going to have to make are going to be just, forward and backwards, because I'm listing it into the wind. Now the absolute easiest way to do this is when the plane is locked in, with the wind in your face. Because then you can pull it up in a semi-harrier. You see right now it's just, the plane is not dead vertical. You see it wanting to just sit at a slight angle. Well, that slight angle is your friend, because that's going to allow you, because you know the wind is pushing it backwards. And so if I want to bring it towards myself from off the entire runway, keep settling it in and let the wind kind of bring it to me. And that's exactly what I'm doing. The wind is bringing it right to me. It's not a fast process, although I can, tip it back and fly it to myself. This is how to keep this hover and guide it. So now I'm coming, let the wind do its thing, counter the ailerons, and let the plane come backwards. So the wind is kind of doing all the work for me right now. I find it very, very difficult, I mean very difficult, to do this with the wind blowing at my back because I have to take too many chances. But you can see how nice and stable we can keep it. Again, I'm going to discourage everyone from flying it too close to themselves. Now the way to practice this is really simple. Okay, you need to practice hovering and moving left, right? So we're going to get up into a hover and we are going to rudder it a little bit and drift left. And we're guiding it, okay? Then practice the same thing going in the other direction. We're going to hover and then let it, whoops, we're going to hover, then let it drift right a little bit and then stand it back up again. So this is an exercise that you can do in front of you, you could do it high, you could do it away from you, wherever it is, just practice seeing how the plane reacts, because most people when they're hovering spend 100% of their time just trying to keep it in one spot. I do a lot of inverted Harriers and I do a lot of standing the airplane up from an inverted Harrier. So for me, bringing it backwards like this doesn't necessarily scare me, but it could possibly scare you. Once you get it in a stable hover, I would recommend going 2 or 3 feet this way, stop. 2 or 3 feet this way at the most, stop. Same thing with the other direction. This way, stop. This way, stop. And just try and get the hang of just moving it a little bit at a time. Hovering it on a spot takes practice and it takes patience because it takes a while to just bring the plane to where you want it. Again, I don't recommend you catching it. I don't recommend you touching it, grabbing the rudder, anything you want to do. If you ever really want to do anything like that, starting with a foamy is a really good idea because, especially a small light one. But again, if the plane is in front of you, use the wind and let the wind bring it back to where you want it. Ultimately, that's the way to let it back up. But again, don't be afraid to go like I did, like across the runway, tilt it back and let it come, and then stand it up. Tilt it back, let it come, stand it up. The wind is swirling here, so you can see the plane having these odd gyrations. And, unless you're in a dead calm wind or in a gym, hovering isn't an exact science. But it's all about small adjustments, small reactions, and just making sure you have control of the aircraft. You see a lot of people blip the throttle a lot, and I do in certain situations, especially with a heavy aircraft. It's especially the 120, 150 cc aircraft. I mean, you have to constantly be on the throttle to even keep it there a lot of times. The right wind and stuff, you can kind of lock it in, but if you're going to be constantly blipping the throttle, you cannot hover it like that. You at some point need to stabilize it and learn how to keep the plane right in that zone, that neutrally buoyant place. But anyway, good luck to you.